I guess it's three more stories then. Maybe this lady will know one of them.
Hi, Nima.
Hi, April.
Oh, of course.
Do you know one of the four tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
She had
I
stars.
had to learn the tale of homecoming. It took a long time, but I think I got it now. I'm better with pottery than I am with the tales, unfortunately. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Please.
Very well. This is the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I shall tell it in my own words as told to me by my teacher, in her words, and by her teacher in turn. Moran was a handsome young Alatien man with strong wings and a hardy beak. He lived below the white cliffs, where the water was salty and the fish plentiful. Moran was betrothed to Inara, the loveliest girl there ever was. She was fair and slender and tall, and her eyes were the clearest shade of blue. But Moran was hesitant to enter into union with Inara, to become her husband and to give her children. He would always come up with a new excuse for why they had to wait a little while longer. Now, Inara was skilled at pottery, but even more so with stories, and the teller of the village had many times asked Inara to be her apprentice, to learn all the tales, so that someday she could take over as the teller. But Inara refused, knowing that if she did accept the teller's offer, she would never be able to marry Moran, because a teller cannot have a husband nor children of her own. Her refusal to become the teller's apprentice was unheard of, because who could refuse such an honor? But to Inara, love was more important. Her love for Moran was beyond honor, beyond reason. But despite Inara's love, Moran was still hesitant. And then one day he told Inara, "I am traveling on a pilgrimage to the far shores. I will be gone for some time, and while I am traveling, and in accordance with our traditions, I will be freed from our betrothal. Not until I come back will the bond between us be renewed." It was not unusual for a young Alatien man at that time to go on a pilgrimage, and the bond between the betrothed would often be cut while he was away, to be formed again upon his return. But Inara was heartbroken, because she had thought that Moran would soon want to marry her. When Moran saw her tears, he said to her, "Do not weep. When I come back, I promise I will marry you. Just wait for me, and stay with your pots, to make the time pass quickly." And then Moran left on his pilgrimage to the far shores. Many years went by, and Moran had exciting adventures on the far shores. But by and by, he began to long for home, and for Inara, and now he had finally realized that he loved her, and that he wanted to marry her. But when he returned, he could not find Inara amongst the pot makers. He went to visit her family, and they told him that, after waiting for many years, Inara accepted the teller's offer of apprenticeship, and that when the teller left on the last wind during the previous winter, Inara herself became the new teller. Angry, Moran made his way to the teller's nest, and when he saw Inara, he said to her, "You promised me you would wait." But Inara did not say a single word in answer. She just turned around and lifted something wrapped in leaves from the cot behind her and gave it to Moran. Moran unwrapped the package, and inside he found an old pot, cracked and broken in two. "What is this pot?" he asked. "And why did you not wait for me like I asked you to?" And finally Inara spoke, and she said to Moran, "I made this pot for you, my dear Moran, when you left, because I wanted it to be my marriage gift to you. But when many, many years passed, I finally realized that you did not love me the way I loved you, and to live hoping otherwise would be death." "But I want to marry you," cried Moran. "I came back." But Inara just nodded at the broken pot in Moran's hands and said, "Like an old pot that is left without care, a heart may break in two, and a broken heart can never be mended." And so Inara turned away, never to speak with Moran again, and Moran's heart, like the pot that was left untended, broke in two, because absence makes a heart brittle. This was the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I told it in my own words as told to me by my teacher, and as I will tell it to my student when the time comes.
Bye, Nima.
Goodbye, April.
Okay, so I Guess they don't have very happy stories around here. Let's see about the other two. The old dude first.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Winds or sea?
Mine is the
Sea.
tale of sea, human.
Would you mind telling it to me?
I would be happy to do so. This is the tale of sea, told in my own words, as it was told to me by my teacher in his words, and to him by his teacher in his words. This was a very, very long time ago, when the Alatien were a strong people, and we could spend days riding the hot winds above the seas. We hunted fish then, and we were at war with the Maerum, the wet-tails. Achalis was one of the strongest warriors there was. His claws were sharp and long, his beak pointy, and his teeth strong. Achalis was admired by everyone in his clan, and because of this he was cocky and arrogant. So one day, the teller of Achalis city asked him to perform a very important and very special duty, to bring a sacred jewel to the teller of an Alatien town across the sea. This particular jewel was very important because it signified a union between the two towns, and it would benefit the people of both that it was delivered safely and promptly. Achalis grinned and told the teller that he would deliver the jewel both quickly and safely, and that she was not to worry. But the teller did worry, because Achalis was young and too sure of himself. But she wanted to test him and to teach him that sharp claws, a pointy beak, and strong teeth are not all a warrior needs, that a warrior must also be wise and careful. So Achalis set out across the sea on his flight. It was on the 4th day that he spotted something in the water that caught his attention, and forgetting his duty and following his curiosity, Achalis dived towards the water to investigate. When he came closer, he saw that there were Maerum in the water, foolishly hunting close to the surface, and Achalis saw an opportunity to again prove his might as a great warrior to his people, and to capture the fins of a few wet-tails. But this time, Achalis' arrogance got the better of him, because the Maerum had set a trap. As he dived towards the Maerum with his claws, a spear shot up from the water to hit him. Achalis struck the water and dropped the jewel he was carrying, and it was all he could do not to drown. Achalis was bleeding, and the Maerum were grabbing onto his wings and his legs, but he fought bravely, and finally he managed to escape. But even though he now lived, he was dead inside, because the shame of losing the sacred jewel would always be with him. Achalis could not return to his village, because he had neglected his duty to his teller and to his people, and so he went away to a small island where he could be alone. To himself and his people, Achalis now became the lost one. He who had been on a sacred mission, but had failed in his arrogance. A year passed, and one day Achalis met with human traders from a ship that came close to his island. From the traders, Achalis heard speak of a hideous creature that lived in the sea, the Octowoe. The Octowoe was said to have a third eye, like a jewel, and that this eye pulled hapless sailors into its deadly 8-armed grasp. Achalis knew immediately that the Octowoe's third eye had to be the jewel that he lost in the sea a year ago, and he now saw the opportunity to redeem himself. But Alatien were not used to water, and the thought of submerging himself in the cold, harsh ocean chilled Acalus to his heart. But he was the lost one, and if in his death he could at the very least redeem himself, to his own heart then it would be worth it. So Acalus fashioned himself a spear, because in the water his claws and his beak would be too slow, and he flew out to where the Octowoe was last seen. And then Acalus dived into the sea. The dark water closed in on him, and his wings and legs went numb. But still Acalus kept pushing down until he saw the lair of the Octowoe. Spotting Acalus, the Octowoe attacked, and Acalus saw the monster's third eye, his sacred jewel, shining bright in the darkness, and his heart was filled with a sense of duty and courage that he had never felt before. But as he began fighting the eight-armed monster, Acalus realized that if he were to fight like he usually did, he would not stand a chance. He would have to think differently. And so Acalus tricked the Octowoe into following him through a tight chasm where the monster got stuck. And then he swam above it, and using his spear, tipped a rock on top of the Octowoe. Swimming back down again, the Octowoe was flailing helplessly. Now, almost out of air, Acalus took the sacred jewel from the Octowoe's head and swam back up. Finally, Acalus could deliver the sacred jewel to the town across the sea, and upon returning to his village, he went to the teller, bowed his head, and said, "Forgive me, teller, for in my arrogance I thought I could do everything. But I could not, and I became the lost one because of it." "You were lost," said the teller, "but you are no more. Because now you see the limits of your own strength, and you will know that a warrior must be careful and wise, in addition to being strong and fierce." This was the tale of C, and I told it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher.
Huh. Was much like the tale of wind. I hope I remembered correctly that it was the wind, actually. The one that the potter told me. No, that was homecoming, so this will be the wind.
Do you know one of the four tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Mine is the tale of winds, Windbringer. Do you wish to hear it?
No, but let's...
Very much.
Then I shall tell it. This is the tale of winds, my tale, and I pledge to tell it in my own words, as told in turn by my teacher. In the village of Karan, in the mountains of tall winds, there lived a young Alatien woman named Iwana. Iwana had one desire above all others, to soar higher and farther than anyone else. And even though her wings were no broader, nor her body sleeker than anyone else's, she pursued this foolish desire without rest. And as time passed, she did soar higher, and she did fly farther than the other young Alatien in her village, and her name became known far and wide amongst the tribes of the mountains of tall winds. But still, Iwana was not happy. She was not happy because, in her vanity, even though she was a better flyer than almost everyone else, and to her eyes, she was still not good enough. She wanted to be so much better than anyone else that she would be remembered for all time as the best flyer amongst all the Alatien. And so one day, Iwana decided to climb to the top of Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light, and to soar from those giddy heights to the ends of the world. Her friends and her family pleaded with her not to, because every Alatien knew that to soar from such heights was dangerous, that at such heights the air was thin and the winds treacherous. But Iwana would not listen. and on a cold and clear morning she climbed up the Tower of Light to the rock and the ice at the very top. From there she could see to the ends of the world. And it brought tears to her eyes to know that now, finally, she would be greater and better than any elation before her. And so Iwana spread her wings and leaped off the mountain. Those who watched her from far below said that for a split moment Iwana soared, and she soared higher and farther than any elation before or since. But then the treacherous winds caught a hold of her, and the thin air made her plummet towards the ground, and to fall to her death amongst the rocks at the base of the mountain. In her vanity, Iwana could not see beyond her desire to be the very best. And vanity always stands to fall. That was the tale of winds, my tale, and I told it in my own words, as told to me in turn by my teacher.
Huh. There's a problem. Not that. What's your story? No. What the hell? Oh, this one. Yeah. Mountains of Tall Winds. Maybe that's the name then. She fell from the mountain, but if this isn't the Mountains of Tall Winds. I was trying to pick up if there was the mountain's name. Could it be Tall Winds? Tower of Light? Could be the name of the mountain, but I don't know. Maybe it's a Tower of Light. Who knows? Let's see if I can answer those questions. Maybe I don't even need to do anything, but just the... she'll know them by heart now. I hope. Probably not the case. Let's see. Halt.
Halt! Who would visit the teller? Are you ready for the questions now?
I hope so.
Yes, ask me the questions.
In the Tale of Winds, which mountain did Iwana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
At least we have... Fakta Anna? Oh, I thought the Tower of Light, but yeah.
Mount Baktaana, the Tower of Light.
I guess she knows the by
That
the
is
heart.
correct. In the Tale of Stars, what did Mona see in the sky that helped her find her way home?
Wasn't it the five tellers?
The spirits of 5 tellers.
That is correct.
Yay!
In the Tale of Sea, what creature did the Lost One battle in his quest to recover the sacred jewel?
Lost Ju... Well... I guess it was... Lost Jewel... Then he later found it. Well, let's go with the
One of the
Maerum.
Maerum?
The Lost One did battle the Maerum, but they are people, not creatures. Listen closely to the tale before attempting to answer my question again.
Thought I did. La la la. Homecoming. No, it wasn't Homecoming. It was the sea. What's your story? Oh. Kept the defense of a few wet tails, but this time Agla's arrogance got the better of him. Maerum had set the trap. Well, fuck you. It was Maerum who set the trap. A spear shot out from the water to hit him. Agla struck the water and dropped the jewel. So it was Maerum. Maerum had set the trap. This doesn't make sense to me. Hideous creature, Octawa. Octawa had the jewel, which he lost when he battled the Maerum. Took the sacred jewel from the Octawa's head and swam back up. That was a setup. That's just stupid.
Are you ready for the questions now?
Not if there are trick questions.
Yes, ask me the questions.
In the Tale of Winds, which mountain did Iwana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
Mount Baktaana, the Tower of Light.
That is correct. In the Tale of Stars, what did Mona see in the sky that helped her find her way home?
The spirits.
The spirits of five
tellers.
tellers.
That is correct. In the Tale of Sea, what creature did the Lost One battle in his quest to recover the sacred jewel?
Quest to recover. God damn it. Well, I would have known
Yaktawa?
that.
That is correct. My final question to you is this. In the Tale of Homecoming, what was given to Moran by his teller when he returned from his pilgrimage?
Broken pot. Yeah.
A broken pot, to teach him that absence may break a heart in two.
You have correctly answered all my questions, and so have proven your knowledge of the four tales. You are the Windbringer. The teller would see you presently.
Next, I got stuck in the question. Actually. The Lost One did battle with Maerum, but they are blah blah blah. What creature did the Lost One battle in his quest to recover? I heard it wrong. The Lost One. Yeah, I heard the Lost and Jewel and stuff, so yeah. My bad, my bad. Hello!
Come closer, human. Closer. I cannot see your face. Closer still. Come sit here by me.
On the lap. On the lap. No? Okay.
There you are. You see, my eyes are not what they used to be. Ages ago, I could spot a ladybug crawling up a straw of grass from 15 tree lengths up. Now I have a hard time seeing my supper. But my ears, balance be praised, my ears, they are as good as ever. I could hear you outside, learning the tales my children tell. You are a good listener and a fast learner.
I wouldn't go that far.
They were interesting stories and your people told them well.
That is what we do. The Alatien are the keepers of the tales, and I am their teller, the one who must know all the tales told since the day we came to this world.
I hope there's more than 4.
How can you do that? How can you remember every story ever told?
Big head.
The secret is to tell them often and to tell them in your own words, not the words of your ancestors.
Doesn't that mean that the stories change with every generation?
Yes, as all tales must. Change is important. Otherwise the tales will have no meaning to us. They will just be words, and we do not care about the words. We care about what the words tell us.
All right.
How long have your people been telling stories?
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning, human. Since we came to this world a long, long time ago.
You're not from Earth? From Arcadia?
Not according to our tales. We came on a great wind before the divide, when the earth was one and humans had yet to learn of magic and science. But we were a different people then, and the tales we tell from that time are vague and incomplete. Like myths and legends, the younger Alatien pay little attention to these tales. Sometimes I worry they will be lost with me, these tales, and I am getting old, very old.
I came to you to find answers to some important questions.
Ask, and I will try my best to answer.
What is that sound? Is there a dragon sleeping nearby? Yeah.
Have you heard of an ancient god or dragon that lives beneath the sea?
Once, long ago, when my people lived in harmony with the Maerum, there were stories of an old god worshipped by the Maerum who resided deep in the darkest depths of the ocean. According to legend, the old god had once brought the Maerum into their realm, into the ocean, and he was now sleeping, resting before the journey back.
Back where?
To a great ocean amongst the stars. When the time came, he would gather the Maerum and bring them home with him, back to their world, to their ocean. Strangely enough, we have a similar tale. It is said that the great wind that brought us here will someday return to bring us back to a place where we can soar forever on warm winds.
Like heaven.
In a way, perhaps, but without the need for any of us to die. The great wind will just sweep us up and carry us away. Every evening before I go to sleep, I recite this tale to myself. It is a comforting one.
Kind of like a prayer?
What do you know about the Draic kin?
The kin are numbered 4, or so our tales tell. 2 in this world, 2 in the other. The mirror world, the white and the blue, the red and the green.
Do you know where they are?
No, the tales never say. The kin are elusive. They keep to themselves. I have never seen one myself, and I doubt any of my kind has. The tales do say that our past and our future are tied to the fate of the kin, but how I would not pretend to know. This is one tale that has yet to be told.
Do you know anything about the Guardian's realm?
This is human business. Would you not know more than I?
Your people are the keepers of the tales. You remember more than humankind has forgotten. Please, I need to hear what you know.
That is very little. The Guardian's realm is home to the Guardian in his tower. No one is permitted within except the Guardian who was, the Guardian who is, and the Guardian who will be.
I will be.
And of course the Draic kin, who were instrumental in its making.
Have you ever heard of the existence of a hidden entrance to his realm?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have heard tell of such a thing, though I would not know where it is. I gather that one of the kin may be able to tell you.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions.
I don't?
I am glad I could help you with some answers.
I should have. Like,
I'm the Windbringer.
okay.
I know you are. It's strange to me to hear those words spoken. I did not think they would be in my lifetime. But here you are, standing in front of me as real as the sky is blue.
Sitting, actually.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but what is it that the Windbringer is supposed to do for you?
Bring wind?
I did not expect you to walk in here and have all the answers, child. The balance has both blessed you and cursed you, and it has sent you here to do what it wills. The Windbringer is said to be the first sign of the great wind that will take us away from here. For a long time, the Alatien have lost the strength they used to have. Our bones have become weak, and our wings fragile. Where we used to be able to soar for days on strong winds, we are now using our legs to walk rather than fly. Why this is, we do not know.
At least not cars.
10 yen.
You know of the reason for this?
I'm just guessing, but it makes sense. Go on.
The tales also say that the Windbringer will unite us with our past and end the age-old strife.
I know. You must make peace and be reunited with the Maerum. You share a common ancestry.
I have always thought we did. The tales were too similar, the signs clear. But my people, they will have a difficult time understanding why and how this can be.
If you don't, both the Alatien and the Maerum will die out. When war broke out between your people and you were forced to move up into the mountains, it compromised a precarious symbiosis. A substance called tanyan was abundant where the Maerum and the Alatien lived in close proximity. It brought fish and heat and light to both your people. But now, living up in the mountains, your way of life, your diet, your customs and habits, they've all changed. And that's probably the cause of your brittle bones and fragile wings.
Then we must make peace with the Maerum and restore the balance between us, so as to strengthen us both and prepare us for the journey that will surely come soon. When our sitting is over, I will speak to my people, and I will elect one representative from the Alatien to meet with the Maerum in the place of your choosing to open a dialogue.
I guess it's time for you to talk to your people and for me to make arrangements with the Maerum.
Where do you wish for our meeting to take place, Windbringer?
You want me to decide? Well, I know. Send your ambassador down to the ancient caves by the beach. Inside, there are remnants of an old Alatien settlement and a Maerum city. It's a good place for your two people to meet, don't you think?
Yes. And could you ask if they would bring their half of the stone?
Well, they should.
The stone? You have the other half?
We have held on to it for centuries, knowing that someday it would be of use to the Windbringer.
It will, trust me.
Then we must make haste and arrangements. It is an important day, so let us not waste light. Go and wait for my ambassador in the caves.
How do I get in the caves? I don't have the goddamn rope anymore. It's strung between the mountain and the crossbow.
It's amazing. This place is so beautiful. And the scent of sea and rock and nest. This scent is of home. This was home a long, long time ago, according to the tales. We lived in peace with the with the Maerum back then.
Now you'll be able to live in peace again. And with the tanyan bringing fish to your doorstep, you'll be able to eat well and restore strength to your bones. Soon you might even be able to soar on the winds for days like you used to do.
I hope you are right, Windbringer. And I hope that the Maerum will see the sense in it too. They are coming, are they not?
They said they would. Hush, I hear something.
We are here, Water Stellar. as was promised.
Good. Now, as representatives of your respective peoples, you, the Queen of Maerum City, and you, guard to the Alatien Teller, must fulfill the prophecy and join the two parts of the one stone.
We hope that our peoples may be joined again, Alatien, and that we may live in peace and prosper.
As do we, Maerum, and we pledge to do all we can for this to happen. The stone is now whole, Windbringer, and the Alatien and the Maerum will once again be as one. You may take it with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The both of you.
Come now, April, and we will take you to our sleeping god. May his wisdom guide you and lead you down the right path.
Alright, I forgot about that. Whoa, notes were made. I think I've read this thing, yeah. Saturday late afternoon, the Maerum and the Alatien are well on the road for forging a lasting union. I hope this will bring prosperity to them both. They've suffered enough as it is. I'm happy I had a chance to help them come to terms with their past and to face the future together. Okay, April? April is getting a little sentimental here, but who can blame me? I worked hard to get them talking, damn it, so I deserve a little credit. At any rate, the journey continues, this time into the lair of the Maerum sleeping god. Unfortunately, the Alatien weren't able to tell me as much as I would have liked, but at least I have another stone now. That makes two. I'm pretty certain this god, this Drykin, will help. Will be able to help me out with some definite answers. I deserve that too. Alrighty. Let's see that. Whoa.
It's the second half of the piece of the stone disc entrusted to the Alatien and the Maerum a long time ago.
Second half? Excuse me?
It's the second half of the piece of the stone disc entrusted to the Alatien and the Maerum a long time ago.
What the hell happened to the first half? Why didn't I get the first half? Intriguing.
That's a weird rock. It just doesn't look natural.
I bet it's not a rock. Sand? Oh, sand. Oh, sand. Look at
The sand is covering something.
Yeah, probably this creature. Where the hell am I going? Well, let's go here. No? Oh, I can dig. Oh yeah, because it's covering something. Can you dig it, sucker? Oh, there's a door. Small orifice. Can I dig here too? No.
It's some kind of organic sensor.
Okay.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Spooky. Well, I guess it's an invitation of sorts.
Am I going in?
It's soft and spongy.
It's not. Oh. That's a way to go. Through the orifice.
There's air in here. And it's dry. I swear I'm never taking a bath again.
How are you gonna get out?
That doesn't look like a natural protrusion. It's too big and round.
To me it looks like a closed eye. Let's poke it.
I know you.
Goody. It is an eye.
Do not be afraid. I know what you are.
You do?
Yes. Yes. What would you hear? I do not like to be disturbed. I wish to be left alone. I wish to rest until the day of ascension.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but I need some answers.
Everyone needs answers. Everyone has questions. I am not the oracle. I cannot answer all your questions.
I don't expect you to answer all of them, but I was hoping for an answer to at least some of them.
Then ask and be gone.
Be gone, I say. Be gone. What is your name? What is your...
What am I?
What do you mean?
You said you know what I am. What am I?
You do not know. Then it is not I who should teach you about your heritage. You must make this discovery on your own.
Oh goody, that's so helpful.
Listen, I'm tired. I'm wet.
Ooh.
I'm at the bottom of the sea, and I'm breathing with the help of a polyp stuck in my esophagus. So just cut the Buddhist bullshit about a journey of self-discovery and answer my question. Please?
Getting feisty.
Your question has already been answered.
Huh?
That is all I will tell you.
Oh.
Your journey began with an answer. It is only now that you know the question.
I can't remember the answer.
That's so not helpful. But thank you.
The dragon in the beginning said something. Did she call me daughter? Can't remember.
I'm looking for a jewel called the Dragon's Eye.
Yes. I have one such jewel.
Don't say it's in your eye. Oh, it's in your eye.
That's it.
Take it.
Thank you. Why do
Are
you
you
have...
sure?
Take it. It is yours now. It is part of your destiny.
Why, sure.
Okay. Tell me if it hurts.
Can I see this? No.
What is the Day of Ascension?
When he
The
arises.
day when the kin return home.
Oh.
When my siblings come to me, and we rise toward the stars for our journey back to our cradle. This is the Day of Ascension.
So you're going back to wherever it is you came from?
We will, eventually, when everything is ready.
Eventually.
When what's ready?
Everything.
I will not answer that question. It is not necessary for you to know.
I need to know where I can find the gateway to the Guardian's realm.
So you come to me.
They
Yeah.
told me, well, they as in the few people who could tell me anything at all, they told me that if anyone would know, it'd be you.
I know. When the earth was divided, there was a doorway left open where the tower was built.
But it's moved, hasn't it? That spot. When Stark and Arcadia were created, that spot moved somewhere else.
Into the sky. Amongst the stars.
Okay, so we're going to space next.
But where?
I knew you were coming. Your journey has not been a quiet one.
Oh.
Even down here, I could hear you. I speak with the dark people. They are my messengers. They have prepared a map for you with the entrance you are looking for.
You knew I was coming and why? Then, okay, I know this is probably a futile question, but why didn't you send the Dark People to me earlier? You could have saved me a lot of time and hard work.
Who's the dark people?
You are afraid of time and hard work.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Oh.
the principle of it, isn't it?
No, it is not. You had prophecies to fulfill. You had a purpose. Bringing my children together in preparation. This was important. And for that, I thank you.
Well, you're very welcome.
Now, I wish to sleep.
No, I have questions.
You said something about a map?
Yeah.
The dark people have it.
Who the hell are they?
They will meet you.
Oh, goody.
I will bring you to them.
Well, that'll help.
What? Now?
Yes.
Oh. Yes, we're-
Hold on.
To what? Your eyelids? Wow. What a strange ship. And I made a note of this. Saturday evening, August 5th, 2209, the ancient dragon, the Maerum sleeping god, was obtuse, like most creatures I've met this past week, but at least he gave me one of the 4 jewels. I need to complete the stone disc. gave me one of the 4 jewels I need to complete the stone disc. And he's taking me to meet the Dark People, and apparently they will give me a map of the stars, where the entrance to the Guardian's realm is now located. Amongst the stars? How the hell am I gonna get up there? Well, I'll deal with that problem later on. For now, I'll just keep obsessing about what the dragon said about who I am, what I am. He said that my journey began with an answer, and it's only now that I know the question. What does that mean? I feel I should know that the answer is just right there in front of me, but I can't grasp it. I just don't know what he means, and it's really, really frustrating. Well, yeah. So you got a map for me?
The ship is enshrouded in a thick fog, very mystic-like.
Ship. So are we in space now?
I can't see the face, but I think it's a man. A tall man wearing a dark cloak. He's one of the Dark People, whatever they are.
The ship looks like they might be Wraith, which doesn't fill me with confidence. But let's talk to the guy.
Thanks for taking me on board.
Yeah, thank you.
Who are you?
Well, I thought you... I mean, didn't the old dragon... Well, I'm April Ryan, from Stark, and I guess you're a dark person.
But who are you?
I'm just a student.
Oh,
Not anybody special.
Guardian?
You are special. Who are you?
The Watcher? What the hell was it?
I'm not. I'm just...
To be.
I'm the Windbringer. I'm the Water Stiller. I'm April Bondu Mbata of the Banda and the Venar Kangang La.
The Vena thing.
I'm a shifter. I will
The hell is
someday
that?
become the 13th Guardian, the protector of the balance. And I'm April Ryan. This is who I am.
What is the Vena thing?
Yes, that is who you are. And you are a wave.
Can't remember the Vena thing. Who the hell were the Vena? Was Obnoxious Venar? Oh, I don't know. Why am I by wave?
Why am I, a wave?
You have a purpose. You play an important part in the cosmos.
Oh, goody.
A wave is someone who propels people and events toward change, towards the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do?
You are a wave. There are ripples from your passing, and they spread wide and far.
Oh.
Those ripples will never die down. The worlds will be changed by your journey.
And it is the longest one.
You're telling me that everything I do affects the universe?
You cannot escape it. You are a wave.
The ancient dragon, the blue of the Drake kin, told me you had a map for me.
A map of stars, yes. It was made for you in our library, and given to me to hold. It is yours now. Keep it well. It is the only one.
Better not lose it then.
I'm looking for an ancient stone given to you by the Sentinel, the Fathers.
I do
You
not have
came
it.
for the stone. Of course we
Oh.
have it with us. Our ship would not have been chosen to meet you were it not for the stone we carry with us.
Everybody's just waiting around for me to show up, so that they can give me stuff. Who knew adventuring was gonna be this easy?
It will not always be so easy.
It hasn't
Of
been that
that I
easy.
can assure you. But here is our stone. We entrust it to you, as we were instructed to do when the Fathers first entrusted it to us.
Okay.
Can this ship take me back to Marcuria? I mean, would you mind?
We will bring you to Marcuria henceforth.
Henceforth.
It will take the night, but we will be there at first light.
Nice.
That's fine. Thanks a lot.
You are free to rest here, to sleep, while we travel. The flames will keep you warm, but do not move too far away. My brothers are not friendly with outsiders. They do not take kindly to intrusion.
Uh-huh.
I'll keep that in mind. I'm staying right here.
Oh, I thought I could have an adventure.
Sleep.
Intriguing spaceship adventure. I guess not. We there yet? I guess so.
Did you sleep?
Very comfortably, thanks. Where are we?
In the Mercuria harbor.
But there are barely any ships here.
I do not know why. We must leave you here. We have other business. Carry your wave into the future, April.
Whatever that means, I'll try.
Okay.
Where did all the ships go? They're gone. This can't be a good sign. I mean, duh. The city looks strangely quiet and deserted. And the sky, those are not ordinary clouds. They look more like smoke. What's going on here?
Uh-oh. There may have been an attack. Let's first check what the hell did we get.
It's the blue dragon's eye jewel.
Alright, so 1, 2, Is this one of the stones? No.
It's obviously a map of constellations, and that cross must be where the gateway to the Guardian's realm is located. Where that is, I have no idea. It's the piece of the stone disc I got from the Dark People.
So I have 3 now. And, oh, stop.
You look like
stop.
a real sailor. Arr, matey.
Yeah. Let's see about this then. Sunday, August 6th, early morning. Yeah. How many weird and mysterious people are there in Arcadia? It seems for every normal person, and I mean that in the broadest possible sense, there are 5 or 6 strange, obtuse, meandering creatures with a tendency to speak really slowly and say things like, "Who are you? And I see your path, April, and it's not an easy one, and it is destiny." Like, hello, update your vocabulary already. Learn some new words, lighten up. Wear plate? Whatever. That said, I kinda like these dark people. Scary, yes, and probably heavily into the goth scene. But they gave me exactly what I wanted, the star map and the 3rd piece of the stone disc. With a minimum of talk and no strings attached, they even brought me right back to Mercuria. Where, alien or not, I can at least find my way around. If only the city didn't look so empty and dark. What's going on? And the guy with the woody pecker has left me too. Crikey. I guess we'll see about that in the next one.